In this video, I'll be talking about touch typing. And if you're not sure what touch typing is, it's the motion of typing with all 10 fingers on the keyboard instead of that one hopping motion that many people type with. And well, I've learned it in 2021, and since then I've been grateful that I've learned it because it's helped me in 2022, where in matric I had to do cover letters and motivational letters. In 2023, I had a newsletter, and what I've learned in the faster that given the speed, I've gotten much faster in typing, right? So as I've gotten faster, it's much easier to just think about what I'm to just to establish a brain paper connection in a sense because what I'm thinking is automatically gets transferred into the paper and so on. It just helps in thought clarity and all of that. So that's in 2023. And in 2024, there's just been an increased number of reports that we've been doing in second year. So there are times where I ask myself, how do other students feel when they get reports, and some reports are 10 pages long to 15 pages long, and you're typing, and the typing is where you're looking at the keyboard as opposed to just looking at the screen and typing. But that's for that's just something I feel. There's a segue though on a recently quite short video that I did on my typing experience and why I prefer that to have two separate keyboards to type on instead of just one, or from the laptop, the because given the number of reports that we're typing, which is a lot, it just helps to have a different experience so that I'm not tired of typing. So I just move from there to there. And well, another thing about touch typing is that I guess not so much at this point for me, it's not so much about the time it saves, even though it does save a lot of time. It's more about, we'll get into that later, but it's more about the experience because each time I type, it's always about getting faster, getting better. It's become gamified in a sense, touch typing. So that's a fun thing. And another short, now you also become perceptive to keyboard shortcut because you don't want to move from your keyboard to the mouse. And that's touch typing in a sense, and how it's helped me. But let's break down what time efficiency that you can get from touch typing. And by that I mean how much time does touch typing actually save. Let's jump into my notepad real quickly and then we can calculate. Let's first actually search what is the average typing speed. So I'm now on Firefox. Firefox is just my natural browser. It's the one I prefer over all the others. So what is the average typing speed? Average typing speed of a normal person. So say your average typing speed is 40, but you do have admins and executives whose jobs heavily rely on computer skills, and that one is around 60 minutes. And then if you consider an advanced typist, which is around 80 words per minute. So I guess these numbers are all fine and cool, but what do they actually mean in the scope of things? So let's search. Let me just do a quick search. How long are let's say professional. Okay, it's a bit annoying to type with this mic right here, so I'll type on the mechanical keyboard that I have. How long is, say, let's say an average professional report, professional report. And typical length of a report is roughly 10 double-spaced pages. Annual report is about 580 pages, though I doubt with the annual report you're doing anything. I'm not really getting anything here, so let's say average university report then. So that is what I'm busy with. Now, the average university, so it says high school pages are from 5 to 20, and college levels from 10 to 30. Granted, this does look like it's in America, but maybe not really average. But it does check out with the number of pages that we are doing, where our reports are normally from 10 to 15 pages and maybe sometimes less, from 5 to 17. So how many words are actually in a report? Now let me jump to Word right quickly so that I can get a rough estimation of how many words are actually on a page for a document. Now let's quickly jumping into Word. We have Now this is a social media article that I did. I was writing about social media, the planning and everything of it. It's an article. The article will be dropped down in the description if you want to check it out. I was talking about how perhaps you could fight social media and its, I'd say, influences, in a sense, how to stay away from social media, the kryptonite to social media. So that's what the article is. But for this video, what we're going into is what we're interested in, rather, is how many words are actually on a document, are on a page. So this is a four page. It makes it a bit harder to calculate, but everything here is just in base paragraphs and everything. So I'm thinking if you just take that and then look for the word count of the page, which is, and then the word count says here 447 pages, where normally, I guess, on your report, what you'd have then is you'd have words, you'd have spaces, you'd have graphs per se, and so on. But for the normal, I'd say report, let's just take it at maybe 440 words, just just to be just to be safe, just 440 words. That's what I'll be taking for this sort of math experiment, so that we can see, and I'll be doing that on my notepad that we have open. Now, when we're measuring words per minute, what we have, right, is that we have a words per minute counter. Now, what a words per minute, it's just literally as it says, it's the number of words per minute that you are able to type. Now, the average person, they say, types 40 words per minute, and then what we're going to do for this sort of experiment is that we're going to take from 40, we're going to add 60, then 80, then 100, just to check how many words per minute are you actually typing. Now, for the experiment that we're doing, we have 440 words per page that we have, and then let's say the average document size for this one, let's just say for 10 pages, if your report is say 10 pages, let's take 440, let's take that means then we have 440, then let's multiply that by 10, 440 being the number of words per page, and then you have 10 pages, so multiply it by 10 and you get 4,400 as the number of words per se in a 10-page document. And then we're going to divide that 440 by 40 words per minute, which is a fourth by 40 words per minute, and then we're going to do that for 400, wait, let's just say 4,400 divided by 40. And then we're going to take that 4,400 to divide that by 60, by 80, and by 100 to get a comparison between how many minutes do you actually take to type that full document, depending on the typing speed that you have. So here I have them filled them out, and now I'm going to pull up my trusted calculator to do this calculation for us. So we've got 4,400. Divide that by 40 and we get 110. So that's 110. So 440 words and 400 by 40 words per minute, and that should give us 110 minutes to type out our full page document. And then so now 110 minutes, that is, let's say 1 hour and 50 minutes. 60 words per minute is 1 hour and 30 minutes. 55, that is 55 minutes, and then 44 is 44 minutes. So for an average document size of 10 pages, that means the average person will take roughly 2 hours to get that whole report done. And we still have to account for the styling, writing, making it nice, and everything, and rewriting the report and things like that. So even though it is a 10-page report, of 4,400 words, we still have things to account of. Let's say rewriting, paraphrasing properly, which could be double the words. So even for a 10-page report, it might be 8,800, which then, of course, this may be a stretch, or maybe not. But if that means then we're doubling the values. So what could take 2 hours in under 40 minutes could then take just 1 hour on 80 minutes, on 80 words per minute. And then if we're doing that not just for one report, but for many, many reports over time, that can sort of add up, which is where I say the time element of it all comes in. But on the personal side, really, given my touch type, ever since I started touch typing, it's always been about the gamifying experience, getting faster. How does it feel on the fingers typing and all of that? So, but there is a time element to it, and also the brain paper connection. Like I said as well, that when I'm not looking for each key on my keyboard and actually thinking about the words that I'm saying and just typing and actually. So I'm looking at the words I'm typing. I'm like, that's not the right word. It's much easier to think about what I'm doing when I'm typing it out and actually seeing and looking at the words on the paper instead of the actual keys on the keyboard screen. But now I guess that's enough of that. Let's get into the last part of this video, and that is what is actually my typing experience. And instead of telling you, let me just show you. Please do keep in mind that I am recording this while it's in winter, so my hands are a bit colder, meaning that I'm a bit softer. You may take that as an excuse, but it still does count from my point of view. But do not take a lot of time, let me just do it on a 30. That means it's gonna give me 30 seconds to type out how many number of words I have. So let me just stop talking and then start. This is a okay, let me not talk. 75. That's my general first cold typing experience, I would say. I feel I can do better, of course. That was just the first cold typing experience, but let me just do it once more so that to see what that number would be. This time I won't be talking because I need to concentrate for this part. I'm using Monkey Type, which is an app that I've kind of fell in love with, given its design, and you can customize it, which we'll get into later as check my records of typing. But before that, let me just get into it and then we'll move on to that. Eighty-six. That's a 10. Jump. I still do feel that my hands are cold, but that is roughly within the range of what I'm able to type. Let me just quickly go to my records to show you my average typing speed, I'd say. So I've started since May 2021, on the 14th of May, 22 hours and 49 minutes typing. It has gone. I haven't really been on this platform for that much. In 2022 and 2024, I haven't been that much. So, but they have been also on other platforms. So, time is probably a bit longer than that. And there have been reports and things on the side that I've been typing out. But I guess another nice thing with touch typing that the more you do it, the faster you get. So it's a skill that builds over time instead of just staying still. But as you can see from my records, for 15 seconds, we have 90 words. We have 90 words per minute, 30, 87, 84, 75. For 10 words, which is just typing 10 words straight, we have 110 words. 25, we got 87 words. 50 words, we got 79. And for 100, we got 78. So for these ones, you're timed where you have to type a certain number of you have a certain number of seconds that you have to type, and then you just type, and then it tallies the words per minute that you have, and then on this side it gives you 10 words per minute, 50, 10 words, 25, 50, and 100 words that you have to type out. and then it tallies your words per minute from then on. And then these are just the records that I have. So it gives you, so 13 April, well, 3 o'clock. That is, yes, it is 3 o'clock where I am. I'm filming at 3 o'clock in the morning. These are just the times where I'm awake and feel the most productive when nothing's happening outside. But yes, it is 3 at night, and this is when I'm filming the video. But anyway, Monkey Type, this is the desktop app. It gives you the breakdown of everything, what number of words, what type of tests. So you do have a words per minute, and then you do have a raw words per minute. Now, what the raw words per minute is just typing out your words straight, but then the words per minute is the number of accurate words that you've typed. So the raw gives you the all the characters that you've typed with the mistakes and everything. But then the words per minute gives you the accurate words per minute, which is why on this result you see I get a raw words per minute of 77 words per minute, but which is the actual characters that I'm typing, but because of the mistakes, the actual words per minute I'm typing is 75.18. And then one last feature, if you're interested in getting this app, is that it has different color codes. This has just been the color code that I've been on for a while, and that I'm good. Let me just check which one it is. So this is the dev color code, so I can go back to it, but there are a bunch of them. This is what Solarized Dark looks like, which coincidentally is also a development type of color scheme, which you find on Visual Studio Code. If you're a developer, this is also another very helpful trick, knowing where your keys are and all of that. And, this is actually a very nice color now that I'm looking at it. But anyway, you have Solarized Dark going down. You have Iceberg Light, just as easy as typing strawberry, creamsicle, cafe, hive clove, lime, and so on. I'll just go to dev before I show you the last part of this video where I'll be typing with my mechanical keyboard, and then we'll be going into what is it, 10 fast fingers, which is another platform that you can test touch typing skills on. And then on the last part of the video, we'll also be going into the platforms where you can go if you want to learn touch typing and start from scratch, so that you can also increase the number of words that you're typing, in a sense. But that's enough for monkey type. We'll just be going into my favorite, I'd say, my favorite browser, I guess. And then it is 10 fast fingers, 10 fast fingers, 10 fast fingers, just like that. And then, so this is what test fast fingers looks like. Deny this cookies, start the typing test. Now, with 10 fast fingers is a lot, I suppose not different, because you do have options on multi-type, but with 10 fast fingers here, typing, which is typing tests, which is the top 200 words that are typed in the language. Then you have the top 10,000 words. You can create on custom tests. You have multiplayer typing tests, which are pretty fun to get into, where you're typing at someone else. It's typing competition. Then you have the top 1,000 words of the language, and a lot more options you can get into. But with 10 fast fingers only gives you 1 minute to type in what you have to type in, and then for now I'll just be typing in. In fact, let's just do the top 10 advanced, top 1,000 words. So it will just be one test on my mechanical keyboard, and as you can see with this one, there's a lot more. There's capital letters. Sometimes there are punctuation marks, which do slow you down. As another thing to, I guess, keep in mind, is that even though the average person may be typing 40, others may be typing 60, when you have capital letters and punctuation marks and numbers in what you're typing, that does slow your speed down, as you have to. They're not the normal typing. They're not in the normal typing space that you're in. But without further ado, let me just get back. Let me just get into typing. And once again, I won't be speaking for this part of the video. That started off very badly, so I'm gonna redo the test. Well, there are two things. Touch, moving from a different platform where in intense fast fingers the words appear here instead of as you type, which does have a difference. Sure, it may not look like it, but it actually does have a difference. And secondly, when you're moving from your laptop keyboard to a mechanical keyboard, that is a different typing experience, so your typing is much slower. You could take that as excuses though, and I guess they are, since moving from, but by normal standards 47 would be a good deal, but it's still pretty low moving from, say, I'd say 80 to 47 for me anyway. But those are the two platforms that you have. This is the mechanical Red Dragon keyboard. As I said, it is a bit on the pricey end, but it is a very nice keyboard to use and a different typing experience from the laptop keyboard, which is quite great itself. Now, moving into the, if you want to learn these how to touch type for yourself, there are two platforms which I would recommend. I didn't necessarily use them, but there are recommendations I've seen on the side. One being typing.com, where you just search in typing. You just search typing.com and it should appear. So we have typing.com, and then it's gonna take you step by step through how to type and all of that. If I can get to typing lessons. So we have JF space. Let me just use the keyboard to show you. So you have JF space. So starting off on the keyboard layout, you have your J and your F, which is naturally where your two fingers sit. So you have your J, and then they're normally denoted by, they're normally with these I don't know what they're called, but these spaces or gaps or whatever, where you're able to put your fingers, you're able to find your way on the keyboard. Just look and then feel these, and that's normally where your fingers sit. So they sit like that on this side of JKL, and then colon, semicolon, and on this side you'd have FDSA, and then you move. So you start off with these ones, and then you move on to the others, etc. And that's how you normally start. So normally you might find, for me when I was learning back in 2021, I found that sometimes I'd go to typing speed drops naturally because you're moving into a space where you don't know, and it can get frustrating at times where you feel you're not making any progress and all of that. But there is there is as well a funness to it when you see when you're getting progress, and it just becomes addictive in a sense. Another platform which is helpful, and that is Key BR, where this is what it looks like. You just say Key BR, literally how you say it, and then it gives you a random number of keys, where gives you, I'd say, the one that you're the least comfortable on, and then you type them out. Let's just search. You got intent, you got age, entire, intent, reach, entire. So what it does, it gives you this, and then it gives you it gives you, then it shows you the keys you're weakest on, and then trains on that, and so on and so forth. I suppose this is for a much, I guess, firstly, I'd say start with um, typing.com, and then moving from typing.com, you move to KBR. This is much more advanced, but it will get you sort of comfortable with typing and saving and helping fixing those mistakes here and there, working on those keys where you're not as comfortable. It could serve as a productive way. It's a productive way to wind down, in a sense, and in this digital age, it is helpful given that more and more things are becoming more digital, and in the professional world, you can't. It's hard to be a professional without a laptop. I don't think. I don't. From the top of my mind, I don't think there's any professional, I say, or anyone with a sort of job, I guess, who's not working without a computer. So in whatever field, there is some way, somehow, a computer involved to keep your notes, to keep just whatever. There's a computer involved, so you do. It helps to have a typing speed where it helps to have touch typing where you could just type out. But besides that, do check out my typing experience video if you're interested, where I talk about the RGB, my RGB Red Dragon keyboard. I have been slow on my release schedule as well, but do check out my varsity is getting much more intense video to see the reasons why. To find more of me, I am working on Power Project and Vlogs and Chills, which are our new channels that we're working on Power Project. So that is another place where you can find me. On the newsletter side, I am working on a few videos here on Sebworks, the YouTube channel as well. So those ones could those YouTube videos could work, and some way somehow a newsletter articles could start appearing once again. And I'm fixing my schedule and all of that, recalibrating myself to this new year, what new things I want to try out and all of that. The Sebworks the Sebworks update is coming out that I promised in March. I know it's April, it will probably come out in May, but well, it is what it is. And but that is coming out soon. I am working on that. And besides that, though, thank you for watching. This was Sebworks. Do subscribe if you like this kind of vibe. Comment down below if you want to see this kind of videos. What things you'd want me to get into if you're learning to touch type. Do feel free to send me a DM in my platforms listed down below on the description. And I'll see you in the next video.